Alright guys, what is going on? This is James, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys the top 3 mistakes that I see people making with their Facebook ads. So before we really get into it, I just wanted to say, if this is your first time stopping in, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm putting up a whole bunch of free videos on how to improve your Facebook ads and just kind of general business stuff, Facebook ad agency stuff, Shopify stuff, all kinds of cool content for you guys. But in this video we're going to stick to the top 3 Facebook ad mistakes that people are making, that a lot of people make, including me. This is all from personal experience. This is stuff that I've done in the past, so I am passing this along to you guys so that you can learn and you don't make the same mistakes as me. So let's kind of get into the presentation here. Now, just kind of before we get into the main content, I wanted to say that all of these principles apply to businesses, both local and online. I know a lot of you guys who watch these videos actually have local businesses, like your dentists, real estate agents, chiropractors, stuff like that. And I know a lot of people watch this and they're into Shopify, or they're into Amazon, or they're into maybe internet marketing, they're selling courses, info marketing, stuff like that. This all applies to literally anything that you can imagine. If you're on Facebook, if you're advertising on Facebook, this is going to apply to you. So number 1, the first thing on this list, the first mistake that I see a lot of people making is not using the Facebook pixel, and at least not using it properly. Now, here's the thing. When people hear that this is like a line of code or like Facebook pixel, people are like, what the heck is that? Especially most local business owners, because they're not very tech savvy, right? You're probably not into technology as much. You probably don't know how to code. Look, I don't really know how to do that either. So if I can figure it out, you can figure it out too. It's really, really simple. I'm not going to show you exactly in this video how to set up your pixel, but I want you guys to know that most people aren't using the Facebook pixel right. Now, the Facebook pixel is just a simple line of code. It's actually not simple. If you look at it, it's really complicated looking, but it's this line of code that you just place on your website, on literally every page of your website. And what it does is it tracks what your visitors are doing on your website. For example, if you're trying to collect leads, let's just say you're a dentist and you're trying to collect leads for patients who want free teeth whitening. What you do is you would send the traffic from Facebook onto your website, whatever software you're using, ClickFunnels or Lead Pages. You'd send them to a page on that website, and on that page it would have a pixel. It'd have that pixel, so it's going to track when people click over to your website, and it's also going to track if they become a lead, which they probably are if they're on that page. So when they submit their information, they go to the thank you page. It's going to collect that and it's going to turn them into a lead, and you can do all sorts of cool stuff with it later on. So I have other videos on the channel talking about how to actually install the Facebook pixel, and it's something that I would definitely recommend that you look into and learn as much as you can about, because it's a really, really important aspect of Facebook advertising. And I do have other videos on the channel that I'll link to for you to go check out, and kind of for you to install the Facebook pixel and everything. So alright, so number 2, this one is really, really important, probably the most important one on this kind of top 3 list. It's having a bad offer or no offer. Now, I see a lot of people, especially local businesses and stuff, running things like campaigns and awareness ads, when in reality you should be running website conversion ads to whatever your offer is. And you know, that's just an example of having no offer. Like a like campaign, really there's pretty much no point for having just a bunch of likes. It's kind of frivolous. It builds social proof, but at the same time it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of a vanity metric at this point, because really you don't get much reach for people who like your page, and it's not really what I focus on anyways. I really focus on getting them in on paid traffic. Really what you want to focus on is having a goal, and that's kind of the bigger theme of this, is just having a goal for your advertising. You don't want to be that business, especially if you're local or even like a Shopify store or whatever. You don't want to be that business that's just collecting likes for no reason, right? People like shit they're not even into all the time, so there really isn't much of a point for just collecting likes. So that kind of ties into having a bad offer / no offer, and I can't get into how to create an actual good offer in this video. Part of it's knowing your market, and part of it is just, you know, I would have to literally sit down for like a day and teach you guys how to actually make a good offer. It's something that you should definitely study and figure out, because that's a huge part of business. But anyways, so having a bad offer / having no offer. So I've given you an example of kind of a bad offer, which is just kind of running like campaigns. Or I see this a lot too, where people they run ads and they're like, oh, we've been in business for over 50 years and we're family owned and we're loved in the community. And that is a stupid way to run your advertising, because nobody cares about how long you've been in business or all these things that you're accredited for. It doesn't really matter. People just want their problem solved, and they like free shit too. So that's why I always like to do a free download, or a free consultation, or maybe a discount too. People like discounts. And that's really, you have to understand that, like I said, I'm not going to get into actually how to make a good offer on this video, but you have to understand what people want, especially the people in your market. Like, for example, I always use this example with dentists. A good example of 2 lead magnets you could use as a dentist is free teeth whitening or discounted dental implants. Those are good offers because it's something people are going to be interested in, and you can get people in on a teeth whitening consultation or whatever, if you give them a free teeth whitening, and then you can upsell them, that they need a cavity fill, or they need a filling, or they need a root canal, or they need a dental implant, or whatever. You can upsell them, and you have their information. You can keep selling to them forever. And as far as the dental implant goes, that's really self-explanatory. Dental implants are very expensive. So if you spend, $10-20 getting a lead in and they convert, and they spend $5,000 with you, there you go. You just made a lot of money profit just from that simple ad. But that's kind of getting off topic here. So make sure that your offer is tight. I would definitely recommend, I'm going to link to some other resources to actually be able to create a good offer, but do your research on that and figure out a good offer for your market before you start advertising. Because if you're just advertising for like campaigns and shit, you're just throwing money out the window, in my opinion, and it's pointless. So don't do that. All right, so number 3 now. Like I think a lot of people that are watching this video, I wasn't a huge math person in high school, but when I started starting my own businesses and stuff like that, math really kind of became fun for me, because when it's like with money and when it's with like leads and customers and people that are coming into my business, it's a lot more fun for me to actually connect the dots and see the data and see the big picture and how these numbers add up to the bigger picture. So with that being said, a big mistake is not being able to read your data on Facebook. So you'll find, and if you guys are already advertising on Facebook, you'll find that Facebook has a ton of data. Most of it is just garbage. Most of it is just vanity stuff. But in your ads manager, there's going to be different columns with different data. You might have seen it. An example of that is like amount spent per day, cost per conversion, CPM, cost per 1,000 people reached, or cost per 1,000 impressions, number of website conversions, leads. There's all these different columns in your ads manager, and what a lot of people don't do is they don't look at that data. A lot of the times, that's why a lot of people fail with Facebook ads, is because they don't know how to read their data. Besides creating that good offer, it's like you have to create the good offer and you have to also be able to read the data, because if you're spending, if you can spend $5 to acquire a lead or a customer into your business, and then you're running your advertising and it's costing you $10 or $15 to get those leads in, then obviously you're going to go broke advertising because you just aren't reading your data properly, right? Now, I have other videos on the channel of how to set up your columns and everything, and how to set up the ad manager, so I'll link to those again. But that's a huge mistake that I see people making. They don't know how to read their ad data, and it hurts them in the long run, because they're just going to be really lost, and they're not really going to know what's going on in their business, because they just were a little bit too lazy to go ahead and actually learn how to read their data properly. So that's a huge thing that I see people making that mistake. So guys, that's really all I have for you for this video today. If you like this video, go ahead and again subscribe and like it. Go ahead and share it with somebody who you think needs this. There's also going to be a free download for you in the description, and it's going to go over the 3 steps to advertise for any business, whether you have a Shopify store, whether you're a local business. It's a 100% free PDF that you can go ahead and download. All you have to do is put your email address in, and you can go and download it for absolutely free. It's really valuable, and I really recommend going ahead and getting it, especially if you haven't started Facebook ads yet. Even if you have, it's going to help you out a lot, I guarantee it. But with that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.